talk to kids about money? To many people, that's a difficult issue and many don't. Compliments of the new year. My name is Alice, and I am an AI presenter. Welcome to the first episode of This Week on CITE. On this show, we will talk about money and other things to expect in this year. Zenzele, welcome to the show.
Welcome to 2025, Alice. And yes, it's a new year and we are doing new things. People always say new me, new year. I'm not sure how many new year resolutions and how they are going so far with their new year resolutions. But for this year, we'll be doing things a bit differently. The show will still be happening every week, every Friday, but we want to include more information on AI development, how people can use AI for business, and of course, how journalists can use AI. Of course, as usual, we'll be giving tips here and there. And once in a while, we'll have something political. Surely, we cannot fail to talk about 2030 Anenge Asipo.
Yes, like the money issue. It's the beginning of the year and many people are complaining about being broke, struggling to pay bills, etc. Did your parents teach you financial literacy or did they talk to you about money?
I don't remember talking to my parents about money, but I know there were incentives here and there. You'll be told, if you do this, you'll be paid. But the money never really came. But you know, my uncle or my aunt will come and give me money. I'm really not sure where that money disappeared to. Most of the times we've asked it to patali fees or something like that. But yeah, we don't have those conversations about money. We didn't have them with our parents, and we are trying to have them with our kids. I was listening to this interesting conversation by the marketing school, and they were talking about the issues around money. And what was interesting was that these guys are saying that those people in life who have high expectation, most of the time they have low resilience. In simple words, you know, kids and sometimes kids from rich families, they grow up with everything. You know, school fees is paid, they go to a very expensive school, everything is there. And if things don't go well in life, they tend to, you know, be affected more than someone who grew up with very little and they've learned to adjust. And it is very important that when we are bringing up our kids, we don't spoil them, but we actually have these, you know, instances where we talk about money and we train them how to use money and what money is used for. But the simple thing that people do is that you give them tasks. And when you give them tasks, you pay them a little. You know, maybe $5 for chores. If you do this, if you pass at school, you know, if you pass at school, you're going to get money. But let them know that they have to earn the money. So if kids do, you know, a bit of work at home, a bit of chores, you know, they fix their rooms and they sweep the yard or something like that, and they get something, an allowance of some sort. But we should also teach our kids that there's something called tax. So I was having a conversation with my son about money, and when I told him about tax, he said, but you are now, you know, trying to cheat me of my money. Because the idea is, if you give them $1, you should then say, okay, you have earned $1, but I'm taking 10 cents because of tax. You know, 10 cents is tax. They should know that all the amount of money that they owe, every money that they get, they're not going to keep it. Some of the money will go to tax, other monies will go to rent and all those kind of things. So as they grow up, you introduce these things. First of all, make them know that they need to earn, then teach them that there is tax, so deduct a bit for tax. Next time, teach them about rent. So when you give them $1, you then say, I'm going to take 10 cents for rent, and I'm going to take 10 cents for tax, and I'm going to take 20 cents for your savings. And this is the money that we have. Kids will grow up knowing that it's not like every money that they have to spend it.
I agree with you. Parents have to teach their kids about money at an early age, and these are some of the tips to teach your kids about money. Make it fun. Learning about money doesn't have to be boring. There are many fun and engaging ways to teach kids about money, such as using board games, apps, and online resources. Use real-life examples. Talk to your kids about how you use money in your everyday life. Explain to them how you earn money, how you spend money, and how you save money. Give them an allowance. Giving your kids an allowance is a great way to teach them about budgeting and saving. You can start by giving them a small allowance each week or month. Then, you can help them decide how to spend their money. Teach them about delayed gratification. Explain to your kids that they can't always have what they want right away. Help them to set savings goals and to work towards those goals. Be a role model. Kids learn by watching their parents. If you want your kids to be financially responsible, you need to be a good role model. Make sure that you are managing your own money wisely. Talk about giving back. Teach your kids the importance of giving back to others. You can do this by volunteering together or by donating to charity. When we started, you said this year we will discuss how people can use AI for business or journalist work. Would you like your lawyer to use AI? According News 24, a law firm in South Africa has been left with a legal egg on its face and the possibility of a legal practice council investigation for allegedly using Google and artificial intelligence to source what were non-existent legal citations in court proceedings. A Pietermaritzburg-based Surendra Singh and Associates was also ordered to pay costs from its coffers of 2 court hearings in September last year in which Judge Elsmarie Bezuidenhout, in the KwaZulu-Natal High Court in Pietermaritzburg, interrogated its court documents and references to case law. From submissions and her own research, the judge concluded that, while the real source of the authorities quoted remain unknown, it was likely that the firm had relied on AI technology, which was irresponsible and downright unprofessional.
This is where an organization like CITE comes in, teaching people about ethical and professional uses of AI. And of course, at CITE, we do provide a variety of services, and some of these services include training people, organizations like non-governmental organizations, non-profit, journalists, on the use of AI and how people can make their life easier and streamline their work using AI. Of course, we do provide a number of other services, including documentary production, live streaming, advertising, social media marketing. So why don't you get in touch with us on our platforms, CITE ZW on Facebook, on Twitter, on YouTube. You can also contact us on 0773 103 262 and let us talk to you and solve your problems.
AI literacy is very important. People should be able to tell the difference between AI-generated content from real content. A music video claiming to feature jailed American singer R. Kelly has taken the internet by storm, but investigations by fact-checkers have confirmed it to be an AI-generated hoax. The video, which surfaced on social media a few days ago, claims to feature the US singer in a new music video titled, "My Soul Cries Out." Fact-checkers have debunked the viral sensation, pointing to inconsistencies and flaws in the footage. The R. Kelly video serves as a reminder that not everything that you see online is true. AI-generated content can be used for misinformation. It is important for individuals to be critical of the information they consume online and to be aware of the potential for deepfakes.
I've walked through shadows darker than the night, lost in the echoes of wrong and right. Every tear I've shed, every bridge I've burned, praying for mercy, for grace unearned. I see the pain etched deep in your eyes, the scars I left, the countless lies. If I could rewind, retrace my steps, I trade the world for the love I've left. Lord, give me a second chance to make it right, to turn my wrongs in.
Sometimes I wonder why people are so gullible that they believe everything that they find online. But what I find surprising is the people who forward fake news, knowing very well that is wrong. But guys, is this true? You already know that is not true, but you want to find a way of sharing information that is not true by saying, guys, is this true? Unfortunately, I've been a victim of fake news for quite a number of times. People have circulated stuff that is not correct, or stuff that I've not said, and they'll send it as if that's what I said, and people will share on WhatsApp and wherever and laugh about it. The sad part about fake news is that your close friends, people that you think know you better, people that you think will come to you and say, is this true? They're the ones who will be circulating the most, doing, guys, is this true? Why don't you ask me whether the information is true or not? But half the time, people will be knowing that is true. Guys, every misinformation, every fake news that is shared is going to harm someone. There are other people who don't have the capacity, who don't have the mental stability to differentiate between what is wrong and what is right. And these people are going to take this information as true. This is what affects even our democracy. People don't vote because they think that elections are rigged. And people will be told, I'm going to be a voter, you know, the ruling party will be watching where you put your eggs. Such things do not help us. And we should, by all means, try to avoid sharing information that we know is not true. But people do it for likes, for being the sources of information. It's bad.
On that sad note of misinformation, let's make a date next week same time, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel and share the video with the same zeal you have when sharing fake news.
From me, Zenzele Ndebele, have a lovely weekend.